Right.
So we're gonna close this now. I'm gonna get you to lock it for me. So take that, push it down and away from you. Just away from you.
Oh.
Yeah, forward. It's a little stiff. There you go. So that's how you lock it. Just do the reverse to get out, okay?
Right.
Ready for hookup. So I've got that big red knob in the back as well. And I'm gonna have it opened.
Close.
Okay. And now we're secure. We're attached to the tow plane. Okay. So the person on the left side there is going to give us a thumbs up. Level wings, take off slack. So now the wing person is basically going to tell the tow plane to just start accelerating and take all the slack out of the rope. And once it's fully taut, I'm going to say all out. And then the wing person is going to give that signal to the tow plane.
All right.
All out! So as we start rolling, we're gonna it's a little bumpy on the ground, but once we get off the ground, it's gonna be much smoother, and we're gonna get off the ground much sooner than the tow plane does. Since we're like half the way to the tow plane, we also have way more lift. So there we go, we're off the ground now. And the tow plane's still on the ground for a couple more seconds. And there we go, so he's off the ground, we're gonna follow all his movements. Okay, so what speed am I flying now?
You're at about 70 watts.
No, these are in miles an hour. I know it's weird, but we're using miles an hour because it's actually an American plane.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So the Schweizer gliders are made in New York, like the state of New York.
All right.
And then what's that big instrument on the right side of the airspeed indicator?
The vertical speed indicator.
The what?
The vertical speed indicator.
Yeah, so how high are we, like what's our vertical speed right now?
Positive 6 feet.
Yeah, so 600, because that's in hundreds of feet. So in 1 minute, we're gaining 600 feet. So that's what that does. Unfortunately, it lags like a couple seconds. So it's not always the most accurate. You can usually feel that you're gaining height or losing height first, but you can always use that as well. When you're attached to the tow plane, it's usually 500 feet per minute. But when we release, we're usually about 200 feet per minute down. So we're losing about 200 feet every minute. Because of course, in a glider, we don't have an engine. The airport is on the left side there. I'm sure you can see it. We usually release facing the airport. So we're going to do one more turn from the airplane. And then we'll release. When we release, we're going to turn to the right. And he goes off to the left side so that we can create some separation. You guys are lucky today because the weather is so nice. Yesterday was very cloudy and we couldn't go up. Alright, so now we've leveled off. I'm going to climb above the tow plane a little bit higher, and he's going to slow down. And once he does, we'll pull the release and then go off to the right, like I said. Okay, so I've pulled the release there, and now we're going off to the right side. He goes off to the left, and there we go.
Wow.
Yeah, so that creates the separation, because of course you don't want to hit the tow plane, right? That would not be a good time. So now it's much quieter. I want you to tell me what speed we're flying now.
We're about a little under 50 miles an hour.
Yes. So in the glider, once we release, we fly roughly 50 miles an hour, and it's much quieter as you can tell. The loudness is how fast, like it tells you how fast you're flying.
Oh, there's another aircraft.
Yeah, there's another aircraft. He was radioing to the tow plane that he was going to take off. He already told us that he's going to go on the right side.
It is airborne 1,500 feet in the right turn, and come on 10,000, generate traffic.
I think he said that's a Cherokee, but I can't see that far. But...
No, that's a PC-12.
Oh, okay, there we go. So you know more about airplanes than I do. I just fly them. Okay, so let's go about the three movements of the glider. Do you remember what they are?
Hitch.
Yep.
Thrustward. No, roll and yaw.
Yes, exactly. So if you want to, you can put your hands on the control column, your right hand, and I want you to show me what you think roll is.
Alright.
Okay, and that's one side. Let's do the other side. Okay, so that's controlled by the ailerons. And I want you to look at the wing now, so you can see the ailerons are moving. So that's what ailerons do. Okay, they do your roll. I'm just going to turn to the left here, and so notice when I did the turn, I used a little bit of rudder pedals. The rudder pedals will help to move the nose. So if I continue flying here, I'm going to level off, and then the rudder pedals, you can't reach them, can you?
Yes, I can.
It's okay, so press the left and right, see what happens. So right paddle, and then the nose goes right, and then left, the nose goes left. So it controls the direction of the nose. That's yaw. And what's the last one again? Pitch. So I want you to move the control column towards you and then away from you. So there you go. So the nose goes up, and then move it down. So there you go, the nose goes down. So I have control again, I'm going to level off. So that's controls the up and down movement. Now if you want to do a turn, you have to do the left rudder and then left stick as well. But if you keep the stick in the turn, it's going to get steeper and steeper, so we just have to back off a little bit, and then you continue the turn. And then when you want to get out of the turn, you just do the opposite movement. So you just level off by using the opposite controls, and there you go. Make sense?
Yes.
So we're going to get ready to join our circuit that we're talking about on the ground. So the first part is the downwind, and you're flying a box around the airport. So the downwind is going to be just flying parallel with the airport. So I'm going to start lining up now. So this is our downwind, okay? So you can see the airport is on the left side. We're going to be flying parallel to it. And I'm going to get you to watch your left leg, because I'm going to use my spoilers. You can look at the wing. The spoilers open. They increase your drag, and they help you go down faster. So they help you, they slow down you a little bit, but they also just, by having more drag, will help you go down faster. We don't need them yet, but we'll use them later. And I'm going to let everybody know that we're landing, so I have a radio in the back. Chatham traffic lighter, Charlie Lima Hotel, left downwind, runway 24, Chatham. Okay, so we're going to keep flying in a straight line, essentially, until the airport is basically 45 degrees off your shoulder. That's when you know you're ready to turn base. And base, you're just going to be flying 90 degrees to the airport, which is perpendicular. And notice we're still flying 50 miles an hour. Once we turn final, we're going to have to increase our speed just a little bit. So I'll be flying probably around 55 so that we can counteract any headwinds that we have. It is a low wind day, so it's not essential, but I like to have a little bit of airspeed.
What do we want for tow shifts? Hour and a half? An hour a little bit. Hour and a bit? Yep. I'll do 2 more and I'll be ready. Check that.
Oh, and I also look at the vertical speed indicator. See, I said roughly 200 feet down. So this is normal. But once we get towards base final, we may have the spoilers open, so you'll see we're going down much, much, much faster. Okay, and then you can look at the launch point where we took off. It's going to be 45 degrees off your shoulder, so we're going to start turning now. And I'm going to increase my speed just a little bit, so it's a little bit louder. And then we're going to keep flying until the airport, the runway is like lined up with your shoulder. And that's going to be your final leg, because right now we're on base. So what speed are we at right now?
A little over 60 miles an hour.
Well, 55.
Right off 55.
Yeah. So now we're going to start turning. We're a little bit high, so we're going to open our spoilers. And you can see the vertical speed indicator is lagging, but it's going to get down soon. You can see it's going down. So there we go. So now we're lined up on the runway. Okay. I'm aiming to be roughly about 55 miles an hour. And we may need to do a slip. Okay, so a slip, if I have to do it, it's a forward slip. We are high, so I'll do one now. So we're going to do it like this. So it increases the amount of drag that we have, and it helps us get down much faster. Okay? So I'm going to start leveling off now. And there we go. And we're going to continue flying straight and level here. We have the spoilers open. Okay, and the spoilers also control our brakes, so I have to close them just a little bit so we don't land on the brakes, because that's going to be very jerky. Okay, so now we're on the ground. The ground is bumpy. Okay, there we go, and I'm going to put the left wing down.
Traffic,
And there we go.
172, November uniform, taxiing via Alpha for runway 24.